The reason we're here today, again, is to talk about the key issues for this community and what is important for the Rockford area and, more importantly, the 16th Congressional District. And the person that has the ability to tackle those issues is George Gaulrapp, the mayor of Freeport. And I know he extended his hand out to the current congressman to be here to address the issues, but George Gaulrapp's the only one here today. And that's the person we're going to support and the person we're going to hear from, the person that is right on the ideas, and the person that's right for the 16th Congressional District. So the next congressman of this district, George Gaulrapp, everybody.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank all the media for being here today. We're going to start promptly at 10:30, but we were waiting for a few other people. So I'd also like to thank Philippe and Cliff Breakers for having the facilities here, Shelley Baines and Joe Arco for Comtech Corporation, who's our media guide, or my media guide. But I'd like to thank Dan and Marla for the nice, kind words. Part of the neat thing about this campaign is meeting new people, hearing fresh ideas, and learning more. And that's one thing that George Gaulrapp is good at. So I'd also like to thank Jude Rosinski in the audience. Jude has been a mainstay, and she's helping out tremendously with this campaign. Meeting Jude opened a whole new sector of people for me to meet. She invited me to go see the wild ones. And I thought, hey, this is great. To find out that it's really about native planting and wild grasses. And you wonder, why is that important to this district? Well, what it does, it lessens the amount of stormwater going to storm systems. It makes the storm systems last longer and the infrastructure better. It's great ideals and green ideals like that I'm learning more and more about. In fact, I've embraced those ideals, and in Freeport, we're going to have one of the first municipal rain gardens in the state of Illinois. And it's all because of making relationships with somebody like Jude and moving forward. So, you know, it's a very important time to be running for Congress here in the 16th District. Early in this campaign, you know, I've traveled throughout the district, and I've listened to some of the people, and I see its variety and its pride in the people that we have here. Just a short drive through this district, you can see high-tech manufacturing, making parts for passenger jets, military fighters, and the space shuttle. You can see family farms that have been worked for generations. You can see the small river towns that are steeped in history. You can visit the beautiful parks like Cray Park and Freeport, and to seeing the families enjoy a wonderful Sunday afternoon. You can see the urban communities on the poise of renewal. And as I talk to the people of these towns today, I come away with the sense that people are very proud of the communities, their work ethics, and their families. But as I talk to these people, I also see that they have a feeling of uncertainty, a feeling of frustration, that they want more for their leaders. And that's why I'm running. I think I have the ability, in fact, I know I have the ability to do one thing that's extremely important, and that's to listen. Listen to the constituents, listen to our citizens, and listen to their ideals that are solutions to our problems. We need jobs here in this district, this state, and our nation. We have people in the audience today that represent labor, and they're having a tough time putting their membership back to work. That's what we need to concentrate on. We need to concentrate on retention of our current jobs here, expansion of our jobs, and bringing jobs back that have gone overseas. So that's why we're here to announce today, because we're not announcing debates, because the other candidate has forgotten his pledge the day after primary to debate me in 9 counties across the district. So we're going to have the man on the street, community listening town hall meetings. And you wonder what this is all about. For an hour prior to the meetings that we have in each of these cities going forward, I'm going to be on the streets. I'm going to be talking to people that wouldn't normally go to town hall meetings, asking them questions, listening to their complaint, their frustrations, their uncertainties, and what solutions they may or may not have moving in the future. And then we'll move into the town hall meeting that evening. It'll be a great opportunity for me to learn more. I'm from Freeport, Illinois, and this is a very large, diversified district. Heading over from Barrington Hills all the way to the west of the Mississippi River, down to a little town that's had a lot of notoriety lately called Thompson, Illinois. 1,000 jobs can be in Thompson, Illinois. 1,000 families can move into communities in Carroll County, Joe Davies County, and Stevenson County, among others. And we're pushing for that prison to open. My opponent did not. He forsaken 1,000 jobs minimal, at least. We have to take the opportunities for employment here. Government needs to create opportunities, not create the jobs. They have to back away and let the free market take its place. But they have to put the infrastructure in place. They have to make sure that we take down restrictions and barriers for jobs to expand. We have to help those jobs stay here. We have to reward the companies and the people who have done that here today. So that's why we're having the listening tours. I'll be telling people about myself, what I can do and how I can listen, and we'll be listening. And that's one of the most important things, because a U.S. congressman is what? A representative. He's supposed to represent the district. He's supposed to worry about their jobs, not his job. That's what I'm here for today. So I'd like to take the time to listen to you and field some of your questions moving forward. So, start with?
Mayor, what would be your top priority if you were elected?
Jobs. Jobs and jobs. I know that we have to have national security. I know that we have to have energy. And I also realize that we have to have the best education. But right now, what people are talking about is employment. Jobs will solve a lot of problems. Jobs will solve poverty levels. Jobs will solve domestic violence. Jobs will solve municipalities having enough tax flow to support their communities. Jobs are so important today. Manufacturing has been the backbone of the United States. Do you know what they call a country without manufacturing? A colony. I don't think anybody wants to be a colony. We have to have the jobs here. Jobs are the forefront effort in this next 2 years. Jobs are what we need in these communities. My opponent says that he loves the smell of machine oil. You know what? I love the visuals. I love to see people working. I can walk into several different empty, vacant buildings here with no jobs and still smell the remnants of that machine oil. That does us no good. We have to have people back to work, back to supporting their families and their communities.
How would you do that, Mayor? Everyone who comes through the Rockford area says jobs is the top priority, but yet we're at close to 20% unemployment. What would be your plan to bring jobs here?
Well, corporate tax breaks. Give the corporations, the people who have stayed with our country, stayed with our state and our district, reward them by staying here. Give them the opportunity through corporate tax breaks and opening up the credit market for capital to be able to buy the materials they need to make their products, to hire people, and to expand. Those are some of the key issues. We also have to take a look at enforcement of our trade laws. Are we enforcing those trade laws, or are we being taken advantage of? You know, things are ironic. A friend of mine told me I could have this big semi-trailer for a billboard. So the painters union were kind enough to come and power wash it. And underneath, do you know what it said? Perot 92. Ross Perot may have been a funny looking small guy with a strange voice, but his message was after NAFTA was signed, if there was going to be signed, you'd hear the sucking noise would be the jobs leaving our country. And that's what's happened. So we have to stand up for our jobs. We have to take care of our nation, because charity starts at home. You have to take care of your people. Now, I'm not in favor of taking care of someone from cradle to grave. I believe that we need a safety net for our communities, our states, and above all, our nation. But people need to get back to work. People want to work. So, any other questions? I did that good a job covering this?
One more question.
Certainly.
Don Manzullo has close to 18 years' experience in Washington, D.C. Some would question your ability based on the fact that you don't have any federal experience. How would you respond to that?
Well, that's a great question. I had no experience entering the mayor's office. When I ran my first election, the other candidates thought they had me beat. I ran like I was behind 5 points the entire time. The people who supported me are the ones that go to work every day and the ones that are wondering where their next check comes from. They'll support me. I can get along well with people. I work well with Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Tea Partiers, Wild One Partiers. I get along with a lot of different people. One of the best things is communication, but also the reverse, to listening to people. I've been a salesman for 25 years. That includes my political career as mayor. You have to listen to people. You can't assume what they want. You have to ask them what they want, what their needs are. And that's one of the best things. Too many people that are good people go down to Washington, and after a long period of time, they forget how to listen. They think they know what the people want and what they need. I think that's one of the characteristics you'll find, that I listen very well and I have follow through. And that's the important thing, is following through.